Hey everyone, I'm Kevin with JcrOffroad. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to install a JcrOffroad adventure carrier. So the first step is going to be to install the center latch bracket. That'll install with the opening toward the outside using these 1/4" hex head bolts with a small washer and a serrated flange nut on the inside. And that's going to go into these 2 slots here on the bumper face. Once you have these in place, just go ahead and thread those bolts in as far as you can by hand and leave it like that so you have just a little bit of adjustability once the carrier is installed. Then you can grab the short 1/4" button head along with a serrated nut to install right here in the end. And that can just be tightened up with a 5/32 hex. Next, over here at the spindle sleeve, you're going to want to grab a pin track. Now these are going to be etched on the back side, left and right, so pay attention to that. Make sure the countersink faces up, and then it's going to line up with the hole here as well as the 2 mounting holes, and install with these small 1/4" flathead Allen bolts on the top side and a serrated flange nut from the inside. So with this pin track still a little bit loose, you can go ahead and drop your spindle down in. Now before we get that in place, you are going to want to lubricate this with something, either anti-seize or what I'm using here is wheel bearing grease. I'm just going to put a nice little coating on the spindle itself, as well as some down in this spindle sleeve, just to prevent any corrosion later on throughout the life of this carrier. And then we can drop this down in and clean up any excess. Once you have that down in place, grab a 5/32 hex and tighten up these pin track mounting bolts. Next, you can grab the large yellow zinc bolt as well as washer from your hardware pack. That's going to install into the bottom of this spindle sleeve. Now again, right here, you're going to want to lubricate this with some thread lubricant before putting it in to prevent it from seizing over time. Once you have that started, you'll need an 1 1/8" socket to tighten that up. Now before the carrier can actually go down on that spindle, you're going to need to install the bottom bearing as well as the seal. So I've already gone ahead and pre-greased these bearings. They're going to come to you new in the package. You'll need to grease yours just like this, as well as I've put a little bit of grease inside of the carrier down here to get all that prepped and ready to go. I'm just going to kind of stand it up on end. I'll try and make this so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit here. So the seal is just going to slide down here in the bottom. There's a taper in there that lets it nest in pretty neat. And then you can either take a punch and a hammer and kind of work your way lightly around the outside edge. So I'm going to take that and just lightly start tapping this seal down into place. You may have to adjust it a couple times as you're getting it started. So with that seal tapped down in, that's going to hold that bottom bearing in place as we go to set it on the spindle. Now, as far as how far to push it down in, you can maybe kind of see there, mine's sitting about a 1/16 inch proud of the carrier itself. It's not going to hurt if that goes in just a little further and is sitting flush, but there's not like a hard shoulder stop down in there machined in to stop that seal. So after that, you'll grab the carrier and you can begin placing it down on the spindle. You might have to work this just a little bit to get that bottom bearing lined up, and then it should slide down nice and easy. Then you can grab your already greased top bearing along with the large clear zinc washer and nut from your bolt pack, and start threading that on. Once that's as tight as you can get it by hand, you'll need to grab an 1.5 inch socket to tighten things up. Now you do want to be a little bit careful right here, because up until you have the lower latch bracket mounted down here, this could potentially swing all the way in to the tailgate. So just make sure you either have something between there or you're holding this out while you're tightening it up out here. So go ahead and tighten this up, make sure it moves nice and freely, and then you may have to come back and make a final adjustment here once you have all the weight of your gear mounted to the carrier. Next, you can grab your carrier latch bracket as well as the 2 rubber bumpers from your hardware pack. These are going to go into the 2 round holes here on the back side. They're a little bit tight, as we obviously don't want them to fall out over time, so you're going to have to just kind of work those down in. If you can't get them to spin down in, you can always grab a flat screwdriver and kind of carefully work that edge down in. Then you can take that latch bracket and install it into the slots here on the bottom of this carrier using the 3/8 button head hardware and serrated flange nuts. Go ahead and start all of these by hand, and then we'll make final adjustments once we have the latch installed. Now I know you're only seeing 2 here. There's also going to be another one that runs straight up from the bottom right here in the middle. After that, the latch can be installed to this bracket using these 4 slots and 1/4 button head bolts and flange nuts. You're going to want to install this obviously so the handle's toward the outside, and this catch will hit right there in the latch bracket. And then we're just going to get all 4 bolts started and threaded in by hand again before making final adjustments. So we've got all the hardware loosely installed in here. We're just going to be lining the latch catch up to the bracket here. So it looks like I got to push this about all the way up in this case. Push my latch bracket here on the bumper over, as well as the one on the carrier. And once I'm happy with the way all that looks, I'm just going to go ahead and latch it and start tightening everything up. So the 1/4 inch button heads here are going to use a 5/32 hex. These will be a 7/32 up here, and then you'll always want to remember to come back and tighten the latch bracket on the bumper with a 7/16 wrench. So once you have everything tight, you just want to come back in here and double check the function. Make sure that you have plenty of engagement here between the latch catch and the latch, and that everything moves smooth and freely. So what you're looking for right here is that the flat on the latch is actually contacting and making good engagement with the nut on the back side of this button head, but not so far in that it's running into the actual bracket here or catching on this outside edge. Next, you can move back out here to the spindle area and install your locking pin. Now this is another item that you're going to want to be sure to lubricate, and this is something you're going to need to lubricate and maintain over time as well. So you may have to remove this somewhat frequently, just making sure that it always stays lubricated, clean, free from debris or corrosion. You don't want to go too crazy here so it doesn't push a bunch of grease out the bottom, make a big mess or something like that. But obviously you want an adequate film on there before dropping this down in and tightening it up. Then lastly, once you've made all your final adjustments to the carrier, everything's tight, you can come out here and install the supplied spindle cap. You want to make sure, as I've already done with this one, that you put a thread lubricant on this, because this is an aluminum cap going into the steel carrier. And then you can tighten this up with the supplied wrench. So now it's always a good idea to go back, just double check everything's tight, wipe up any messes you might have made, and you're ready to mount your gear to your carrier. So that'll complete your adventure carrier install. Now if you guys have any questions about installing your adventure carrier or any other JCR off-road product, feel free to reach out to us. You can send us an email at info@jcroffroad.com or give us a phone call at 269-353-1184.